The phone call that changed my whole life in 1 minute. It was an ordinary evening when my phone rang. I had just settled down with a warm cup of tea, ready to unwind after what felt like an exhausting day. The kind of day where all you want to do is rest, forget your worries, and be alone with your thoughts. But then, my phone buzzed. The screen showed an unknown number. Normally, I ignore those calls. Usually, they mean telemarketers, sales pitches, or people I don't know. Still, tonight felt different. There was something unsettling about that caller ID. I hesitated, my heart fluttering in confusion, then decided to answer. On the other end was a voice, low and hurried, panicked even. "This is not easy to say, but you need to come to the hospital immediately." The words hit me like a ton of bricks. My heart started racing, adrenaline flooding my veins. Panic surged through my entire body. I stammered, "Who is this? What is going on?" But the caller was tight-lipped, only mentioning it was about my mother. In that instant, my world tilted. My mother had always been healthy, vibrant, never a single moment in the hospital beyond routine checkups. The very thought of her being in danger was unimaginable, almost surreal. I grabbed my keys, my heart pounding wildly against my ribcage like a trapped bird desperate to escape, and rushed out the door. Every red light felt like an eternity, time stretching and warping. The streets blurred past me in a haze, but my mind was paralyzed, locked painfully on that one phone call that changed everything. When I arrived, the sterile scent of the hospital washed over me, jolting me into reality. A doctor appeared, her face calm, but eyes deeply serious and sad. "Your mother was admitted after a severe accident. We have been hoping you'd arrive," she said quietly. The words cut deep like a cold knife. I clutched my mother's hand later, overwhelmed by the chilling reality I wasn't prepared for. My heart aching with fear, sorrow, and helplessness. The long beeping of monitors, cold white walls, and soft whispering of nurses created a surreal atmosphere that weighed on my soul. Then the real shock came. The accident wasn't an accident at all. It was deliberately caused, a cold, calculated attempt by someone to harm her. She had kept dark secrets from me, ones hidden behind her warm smiles and gentle demeanor. Secret involving dangerous people with unfinished business who lived in shadow, reaching into our lives to drag us into peril. It was a whole world I never knew existed, a silent danger hovering around us unnoticed. Night after night, I replayed that phone call in my mind. How a simple ring could shift everything instantly. It pulled me into a hidden world filled with whispers, warnings, and threats I had no clue even existed. The life I once believed safe crumbled in those few moments, my comfort shattered, replaced with cold fear and relentless uncertainty. I began digging frantically, determined to protect the only family I had left. Old letters surfaced from forgotten drawers. Mysterious phone calls came from blocked numbers in the dead of night, and strange figures lurked at the edges of my vision, watching, waiting. The battle was sudden, fierce, and relentless. It wasn't just about healing anymore. It was a fight for survival against invisible enemies who wanted us broken. I found myself checking locks multiple times every night, eyes wide and alert, darting at every shadow or unfamiliar noise. The safety I once took for granted at home became a fragile illusion, easily shattered by thoughts of danger lurking just outside. But even in fear, I refused to let them win. My mother's quiet strength, the determination in every word she spoke from her hospital bed, echoed in my heart and kept me moving forward. The phone call started it all, but it never told the whole story. Over time, I uncovered heartbreaking betrayals, long-held grudges, and secrets that tore families apart. The people you love most, sometimes they are the ones keeping the darkest truth hidden deep in silence, away from the light. Now, even years later, the memory of that night still lives with me. Every ring from an unknown number still makes me freeze, heart pounding. That call didn't just warn me, it changed who I am. It forced me to grow up overnight, to become a protector, a fighter for my family in ways I never imagined. Life is fragile. 1 minute, everything feels normal, peaceful even. The next, you're caught in a violent storm you never saw coming. That phone call was the wake-up, the reminder so much lies beneath the surface, hidden and waiting, ready to explode when you least expect. I share this story to remind you that sometimes the smallest moments have the power to change your entire life. Be brave when you answer the call. You never know what's waiting on the other end.